Welcome to Beers with the Bros podcast, episode 3, where we talk sports, movies, everything in between, food and all that stuff. We appreciate the journey so far, the first 2 episodes. A lot of good feedback. Like I said last week, we continue to get that. We appreciate that, you watching, checking us out on all of our brand, on TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff. That's awesome. Today, last week was a college football kickoff. We discussed college football as it came out. We had an awesome first week of college football, which we're going to talk about a little bit. This is NFL kickoff week, baby, and we're excited to talk some NFL here tonight. So pumped up, ready to do it. Glad everybody's here with us today. Birdie, Chris, how are you two doing today? First off, I guess you're here.
Hey,
how about you tell the people?
How the hell
it's crazy.
How did you get in my house?
Tell the people.
Well, I can't tell the people how you got in my house, but I can tell the people that I'm doing great because NFL season is back. Hopefully, because we are recording this on a Sunday, the Sunday before the NFL kickoff for the Chiefs and the Ravens. Hopefully, the Chiefs got a win as this episode comes out. So, go Chiefs.
I had to work yesterday, so missed most of the initial college stuff, but kept up with the scores and everything. Just missed a lot of watching the games and everything, but very much looking forward to Thursday night and next weekend. So I have a fucking parlay I feel good about.
Let's play.
We could.
Let's play some games and see what happens, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right.
Things could be worse. We could be the Gators.
All right. Yeah. Hey, listen, I want to point out that I picked Miami last week to win the ACC. These guys made fun of me immensely for it. And they come out, they destroyed the Gators, dude. Destroyed them. Made them look like that. And so that was awesome. I didn't get to see that game because I was doing a family thing. Didn't get to see it. But Birdie saw it. Said it wasn't good for the Gators.
No, they looked absolutely awful on offense. And right before we got on here, I was scrolling through TikTok, and apparently a Florida Gator guy on his Snapchat just kind of like did like just one of these looks, and it like in the words it says, "Fuck this team." So you know how things are going well in Gainesville right now. It's a complete shit show. But as a Tennessee Volunteer fan, I have no empathy for them. So Napier, keep doing your stuff, my friend.
And that brings me to the next point. I think by the end of the year, Billy Napier, Shane Beamer are both going to be gone from the SEC. I think
Definitely.
Napier for sure. Shane Beamer, I mean, things can change, but South Carolina didn't look good against Old Dominion either.
No, even the Arkansas guys having some little bit of the hot seat.
Yeah, Sam
Pittman.
Pittman, yes. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Now, moving on in the ACC, Birdie over here picked Virginia Tech to win and now again, this wasn't a non-conference game, so it doesn't really mean a lot for that.
But we lost to Vandy. Who the hell loses to Vandy in 2024?
I know. Vanderbilt come out. They've been working on their stadium for a while.
Who loses to Vandy in the last 20 years,
Well, we have a few times. Hey, that was a long time ago, and this time it's different. And now, Vandy's got a new stadium, or they're still working on it probably, but
Yeah, remember that time they had like the crane that's like holding up their field goal?
Hey, I turned on the Vandy game. I was like, dude, they're on the road and they're winning. But no, there was just a full stadium of Virginia Tech fans at Vanderbilt, like you always see. But either way, big win for Vandy. Shitty way to start for Virginia Tech. I thought Notre Dame and Texas A&M, that was a good defensive battle. Kind of boring because it was defense, but it was good at the end, I thought, and it ended up being a pretty decent game. Notre Dame pulled it out at Texas A&M. Big win. We were talking about it earlier. Notre Dame is definitely a shoe-in for the playoffs at this point because they really don't have that many games left on the schedule they can lose. If they lose one of them, they're probably still going to be
about 3. They got Florida State, they got USC, and I even think they got Georgia Tech, which I'm just telling you, Georgia Tech looked good yet again. So don't count out those Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. Hey, here in a few weeks, I'm going to the Georgia Tech and Miami game, and that one might just be for the
and North Carolina State.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, no, I think that was it. I mean, USC, LSU, it's still going on as of this recording, so we haven't seen it yet.
We even got in the background right there. So if I just look over this way, just forgive me.
Yes, but overall, good wins. Bama looked good. Alabama did. I thought, I know they were playing Western Kentucky, but they didn't disappoint. Ole Miss looked good.
Ole Miss looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they were playing nobody, but
Yeah,
said
who
it.
the hell said that? Like, I'm telling you, Ole Miss is the team to look out for this year in the country.
Okay, so let's move on to our fun segment this week, our joint little fun that we're going to have. Brett's run into this week. He's got a fun tournament for us to hit up. We're excited for our first tournament on Beers with the Bros. And I believe you said, you know what? I'll let you introduce the topic.
We're going to, I think, since college football's back and the NFL's back and baseball's pretty much almost near playoff mode, I think we should talk about the best ballpark foods. This is a complete random generated tournament, and this is no seedings or anything because that wouldn't be fair. Let's go ahead and go with the first match here. We got hot dogs. I love hot dogs. And corn dogs. I think this is an easy cakewalk here. I'm not a big corn dog person myself because I really just don't want to choke on the stick. There's no sticks in hot dogs. And plus, a ballpark hot dog is one of the best things you can ever get. So, easily hot dogs.
I concur. Hot dog for me all day. Doesn't matter. Football, baseball, hot dog is a bet. As long as you can find some mustard in your stadium, you'll be good to go. So, give me.
We're talking to you, Brave State, Truist Stadium. Put some more fucking mustard out there, dude. Golly. Yeah, it's a three-way all the way around. Hot dogs, of course.
Yes.
Corn dogs are for
fairs.
Yeah, gas station. Yeah, and fairs.
Okay. Fuck corn dogs. But anyways, our next matchup here, we got pretzels versus them Cracker Jacks. Cracker Jacks are a part of a damn theme song for baseball. You know, I want some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Pretzels doesn't have anything
peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Yeah, no contest. Pretzels all day, man. Give me that butter, whatever that honey creamy butter is they've got, and the cheese, the mustard. Fucking get that. Put it in me.
Which
pretzels.
hole?
Doesn't matter.
Pick one, buddy. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Any of the above. It's all going to come out one hole and go in another hole. Either way, it doesn't matter. But either way, okay, that was weird. Pretzels all day, the salt, the mustard, everything about it takes the cake. I don't like Cracker Jacks.
Oh boy,
I like regular popcorn more. I like Cracker Jacks. So give me pretzels.
Well, I'll just tell you this: I've had some bad pretzels at a park. But I've never had Cracker Jacks. And there's a particular reason for it because I will go back to that disgusting undercooked pretzel any day of the week over some Cracker Jacks. So give me the pretzels.
I love it.
Next matchup here, we got Battle of the Sandwiches. We got a burger versus a barbecue sandwich.
If I'm at a ball field, if I'm at a ballpark, I'm going barbecue sandwich here all day.
What?
I know. I like burgers in general. I probably like more, but at a ballpark, there's some good barbecue at ballparks.
Now, when you say barbecue, we're just talking. I just want to make sure, just for the sake of clarity, we're talking about the regular standard pulled pork sandwich, right?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's what I was insinuating. Okay.
I know. Neyland Stadium's got some. That's fantastic. The Brave Stadium has some fantastic. I don't know if I've ever had a burger at a ballpark, to be honest with you, but I've had many of barbecue sandwiches, so I'm going with that. Baby, there's something about being outside eating barbecue that you can't beat.
I'm actually going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to go burger here. Now, to be fair, I want to say this, okay? You cannot find the best burger at a ballpark. That's not, you don't go there. But just for a shitty, greasy old burger that kind of reminds anyone of something you might have got at lunch in high school. You put the right condiments on there, man. Get a couple of jalapenos on there. Give me the burger all day long.
Oh, man, this is tough because I thought Brad was going to say freaking burger, man. The barbecue sandwich completely threw me right outfield because son of a bitch, that's what I'm doing.
Burgers, baby.
Because here's the deal.
I mean, damn it, barbecue.
But here's the deal, though. If I'm going to get a burger, I'm going to go to a restaurant to get it, not at a ballpark. The barbecue sandwich, I'm more likely to get at a ballpark than an actual restaurant. So give me that barbecue sandwich. Next matchup here is pizza versus Petros.
And for those of you that don't know, Petros is just a chili pie, basically. I know it's local here. Tennessee.
Frito pie.
Frito pie. Yeah, thank you. That it's a particular chain around this area, but yeah, that's what it is. So go ahead.
This is an easy matchup. It's freaking pizza all day, every day.
I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think that it's Petros all day, every day. Yeah, man. It's like a nacho, just a little bit more on there. But I have had Petros at a ballpark. I've never had pizza. I've never bought pizza. I've had it. Other people have gotten it for me. But I've had Petros many times. What you got, Brad?
So again, stepping into Neyland Stadium, these have been two of my favorites that they have. They've always had the Papa John's pizzas there, but the Petros there, I cannot go to a Tennessee game and not get a Petros. So that's
it.
what I'm going, especially once it gets a little colder. I mean, I would do it in August. I don't give a fuck. But once it's November, December, those cold games, it's warm. You load jalapenos in there. And put some Texas Pete on there too. Oh, so good, man.
You're creating a blanket for your gut. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a blanket. It's a jacket that's just a jacket, a little warmth that just hugs your tummy from the inside.
And that was actually the first time I ever had a Frito pie was at a Tennessee game.
Me too.
Yeah. So it never at that point I never went back.
Speaking of freaking the nachos, man, we got a tough matchup here: nachos and chicken fingers. I was about to say chicken titties, but chicken fingers.
Hey, no contest. Nachos all day, man. Nachos. I mean, 1,000 times over chicken fingers. That is like one of the premier ballpark foods. You know, it's like hot dogs. Nachos.
There's a common theme here. Anything with jalapenos is winning
On a stick.
And nachos with the cheese and the jalapenos. I mean, that's peak ballpark right there.
And it's simple. It's nachos. Like I'm a big chicken finger guy, but I'm not going to get a chicken finger at a ballpark when I can get freaking messy nachos.
Oh yeah, money.
We gotta go to ice cream or the dessert realm. We got ice cream and snow cones.
Ooh, I think it's my go now,
Yes.
and I think I'm not a big snow cone guy. So I'm going to go ice cream here. I think, I don't know what kind specifically we're talking about here, but I just like ice cream a good bit. So I'm going to go with ice cream here.
If I'm in a ballpark, guaranteed without fail, I'm drinking. And I don't want to mix the dairy with the alcohol. So I'm going to go snow cone here. I think it's a little bit more, it's a little less filling. It's a little less, it's just a little less. So snow cones, the flavoring, just that good sugary syrup with a little bit of ice in there. Snow cone.
Brad, you can have all the chocolate ice cream you want because
chocolate ice cream.
Perhaps later. Perhaps later. But anyways, I've always been a snow cone kid at heart since day one. And if I'm going to get ice cream, it's freaking Dippin' Dots. It's not. I can't do the regular swirl unless if we're at the Smokies ballpark. Then that ice cream is the die for.
Dippin' Dots, though.
Oh, dude, Dippin' Dots. I've had many experiences with Dippin' Dots, but if for this instance, I love me a good snow cone. I'm going with the snow cone. Let's continue going a little bit on the sweet side here. We got some cotton candy versus funnel cakes. I've never really been a fan of either of these things, but if I'm just to pick one, that's just the easiest and just goes down smooth. Even though my fingers will get sticky twice in one night. Cotton candy for me.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum here, man. Nothing beats like when you're out. There's just certain, things that you can do that you enjoy a funnel cake at, and it's like the fair and a sports event. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine myself ordering that anywhere else. Cotton candy, there's a couple of places you can get cotton candy at, but funnel cakes for me, man.
Yeah, give me funnel cakes here as well, man. I love them, man. Dollywood, ballparks. I'm eating funnel cakes.
We got peanuts.
That's a tough
popcorn.
one.
That's the toughest matchup, I think. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I think popcorn is more reserved for like the movie theater, that kind of thing. I've had it many times. I would never deny it at a ballpark in any weather. Popcorn is like a premier snack for me. I just find myself savoring the salty goodness of peanuts at a ballpark more often than popcorn. So I'm going to go with peanuts.
But here's the thing, though. Is it my turn?
Yeah, you're done.
I think I like the popcorn here. I always love.
Okay.
I feel like that's one of the most economical snacks at a ballpark because everything's so expensive. Popcorn's usually pretty reasonable, at least. It's probably cheaper at a ballpark than it is at the movies, and you get a pretty good volume of it. You can sit there and you can.
The big bags, they twist. There's a twist top bag.
Yeah, you usually get a decent amount, so you can sit there. And peanuts are usually pretty decent value too. The bags are pretty big. But I think popcorn, you can sit there and munch on that for really like the whole game if you time it out right. So it gives you a lot of longevity to the snack, and I like.
My ex-wife used to say that.
She said that one time. But yeah, no. Also, I'm going to take popcorn here. I like it.
All right, so it's all down to me here. Everybody knows me. I love popcorn. But Chris kind of took my point I was going to make for this particular matchup. At popcorn, I really mainly get at the theater. I've had great popcorn at football games and baseball. But over the years, I've gained a love for nuts. So
It happens as you get older.
So I'm going to go with the peanuts here for an upset.
All right, I like it. I feel like that's a good ballpark food. I mean, that's a win-win.
It's iconic, and plus it's
I
part
could
of the
have
baseball
gone
pop.
either way, man. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, most of the time, I'm probably eating both of these. To be fair, if I'm going to a game, I'm probably eating both of these.
All right, so let's go to
on you,
freaking
Sheriff.
quarterfinals here. We'll go a little bit quicker here on this. Hot dogs versus pretzels.
This is a tough matchup for sure, but I'm going to go hot dogs. I still think it's just really hard to beat a good hot dog at any ballpark.
All right. With me, this is easy too. It's still hot dogs because like I said in the first round, the pretzels, I've had bad pretzels at a park for being undercooked. But with the most consistent food at a ballpark, it's always going to be the hot dog. So give me the hot dog.
When it's the most iconic, and it's a three-way for me as well. I mean, I just think that if you're going to a game, I mean, you're gonna get. I mean, even if I go to a fucking hockey game, I'm probably getting a hot dog, right?
Damn
Honestly,
right,
I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm getting a hot dog.
So we got barbecue sandwich and the Petros. Oh, I'm going to continue on the freaking hype train on this barbecue sandwich thing. Give me a freaking barbecue sandwich.
Ooh, good pick, Birdie or Chris.
I'm on the opposite end, man. I still think Petros all day for me. It's just kind of like a condensed version of nachos.
Petros for me too, man.
No!
Jalapenos are still winning.
Hey,
here.
baby.
You can put a jalapeno on a barbecue sandwich.
You can, but it's not the same. It's not the same. With that spoon, dude, and it's steaming. It's I could go for a
like
Petro.
Willie beaming.
Oh, this should be an easy matchup at this point. Now we got nachos versus snow cones.
Nachos. I don't know if it's my turn, but I'm going nachos for sure, dude.
Nachos.
Easy pick.
Yeah, nachos, very easy. Thank God we didn't have to do nachos versus Petros.
Yeah, seriously. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I am. That would have been a nightmare.
Funnel cakes and peanuts. Chris, you're first.
Fuck. Okay. This is gonna be interesting for me. I'm gonna go funnel cakes here because funnel cakes is the last sweet that is on the list right here. And it's the only sweet that I would probably get at a ballpark, right?
Hey, peanuts for me, man. It goes better with beer. And, again, the longevity thing is there. You can sit there and munch on them for a bit. Give me peanuts here over funnel cakes.
I love to make a nest out of my nuts, so I'm going with peanuts.
Nuts.
Wow, okay.
All right, we got the final four. We got Petros.
God dang, man. Who's going first?
Oh, it's easy for me. I'm going hot dogs, man. Again, it's just the icon staple of ballparks. It's like the Mount Rushmore of freaking ballpark food.
True.
Yeah, but there's 4 on the Mount Rushmore. You know that. So how are we supposed to know what the other ones are?
It's the one where George Washington is. It's the most important one.
Yeah, me too. Hot dogs. Fuck.
I'm going Petros, man. But yeah, it's my favorite, dude. It's my favorite, hands down. But hot dogs are a safe bet.
All right, so let's go to our other final four matchup between nachos and peanuts.
Dude, if we end this thing with nuts and wieners in the championship, that would be something.
We got to do it now. We've already made them this uncomfortable.
All right, I think it's my turn. I feel like it's nachos, peanuts. I know peanuts, but I gotta go nachos here, man. It's still just it's one of the peak things. I remember, just any sporting event or just really anything you're doing. If you're at the pool, whatever, nachos is always something great to eat when you're out and about doing something fun, including ballparks. So give me nachos.
I will second that motion, good sir, brother Brad. Nachos for me all day long, baby. You can load that shit up with whatever you want. Give me all the sour cream, the fucking chili, that nasty cheese, the fucking jalapenos on there.
Don't say bad things about that queso, dude.
See, it's tough for me because I love peanuts, but man, just again, one of the Mount Rushmores of ballpark foods. There's always nachos at any ballpark you go to, so give me the freaking nachos.
Hell yeah!
On to the main event. We got hot dogs versus the nachos.
God. How are we supposed to do this?
Oh man,
Brad, I don't know. Can we have a second to think about it?
Well, I'll go first on it because it's clear to me. Like, I love both of these things. Again, both the top two of the Mount Rushmores of ballpark foods. But here's the deal: nachos can get a little messy sometimes, and you kind of don't want to be too messy at a ball game. With a hot dog, what's the worst messy thing you can get? Like maybe a chili thing spilled on
Mustard
you,
on your shirt.
or mustard on your shirt, or even the hot dog juices just squirting on your shirt and all that.
Or you could be like that dude that was proposing the other day, and he had that. No, that was nachos that got dropped on his head. Never mind.
No,
So,
I
yeah.
remember. Oh my gosh! Yeah, how dare they disrespect nachos that way? So I'm just gonna go. Give me a big chili dog any day of the week. And you'll make me a happy camper, even if my team's losing or if I don't know either of these teams. So give me the hot dog for the best ballpark food.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Sad to say, buddy. I got an upset here. It's gonna come down to Brad. I love hot dogs. So here's my thought process. Okay, and this is why I asked in advance if it was baseball or football, right?
Mhm.
Because I think hot dogs are more specific to baseball. If I'm going to a baseball game, I feel obligated to get a hot dog and more than one. Okay. Nachos, I feel like they could go either way. It's baseball, football. I'll get nachos anywhere. They're more prolific in where you can enjoy them, and they're just nonstop. Anywhere you could anywhere. And nachos, I would order at a restaurant like as an appetizer or something over hot dogs. So I know we're talking about ballpark. I'm just saying they're ubiquitous. Give me nachos.
I did once see Chris hold 2 wieners up at a ballpark once, stick them in his mouth. But
I remember how y'all got off for 3 hours.
That's because we're looking for mustard. Anyway, here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna pick hot dogs here, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. It's because nachos, no matter where you get them, they're pretty. You know what? You're going to get a plastic container, some basic chips, basic cheese. It's going to be the exact same universal nachos. But hot dogs, they vary from stadium to stadium. You can get a foot long with onions on it, the Braves. You can get a perfect little smoky dog at Tennessee or wherever else.
Mm-hmm.
They vary. There's different versions of hot dogs.
Chili dog.
The chili dogs, you get the Chicago
slaw dog.
The Chicago dogs, slaw dogs, raw dogs, all kinds of different dogs.
Mud dogs.
So I think if you're going
Smelly
stadium
dog.
to stadium, if you go to 15 stadiums, I feel like you have to try a hot dog at all of them. Whereas nachos, you know what you're going to get every time.
Right.
So give me hot dogs.
All right. So, guys, we did best ballpark foods, and with a combination for some tough matchups, the hot dogs is the deciding winner. So we want to hear from the viewers or for the listeners. What do you all think is the best ballpark foods from our particular bracket here? Or if there's something that we missed, let us know what we missed. There's several foods out there. Do you agree with hot dogs, or do you agree with nachos, or do you even agree with nuts? Let us know, because we're nuts.
These nuts.
Got
him.
Great tournament overall. First tournament of Beers with the Bros. Good pick, Birdie. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Now I'm freaking hungry.
I know. I just ate Cheetos while we. Anyway,
yeah, that's why we had a little break.
We
right
paused
there.
for a second. I ate Cheetos.
I'm still chewing.
We're gonna move on to some NFL talk. Obviously, they're kicking off this week. We actually all just drafted a dynasty league this past weekend, which I think we will do maybe something separate, kind of going over that, or whatever. It'd be fun to go over, everybody see our teams, and we'll be talking some fantasy here on out as well every week. But let's get on to obviously we want to do kind of the same thing we did last week and go through the divisions of the NFL, pick winners for the divisions, and kind of go from there, because I think that'll be kind of a fun way to kick things off this week. And of course, we'll have our pick segment here at the end as well. Let's go with the AFC North, dude. The Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns.
Oh, God. Going hard to the paint right there.
Honestly, I think this one's pretty easy.
AFC North, man. I think the Ravens are in a prime position. They've been building for a couple years. They won it last year, almost got to the Super Bowl. Now they've added Derrick Henry. The defense is more stout than ever, and they have the longevity and the consistency of a good coaching core. I think, give me the Ravens, man. I know Joe Burrow's back, but I don't think it's enough to overcome the good things that the Ravens are doing. I think the Ravens win the AFC North.
Well, I'll tell you the two teams that are not going to do it is the Cleveland Browns and the Steelers. And that's mainly based off quarterback play. So good luck with that.
Right.
But so it is going to be between the Ravens and the Bengals. The only difference maker of why I'm making the decision that I'm making, because as of this recording, Jamar Chase has not signed that contract. He has not been on that football field. We don't know if he's going to play week 1 or not. So even I think with him still playing, I'm still going to go with the Ravens because Chiefs fan, because hey, big kickoff game on that Thursday. So that happened yesterday as this is being released. So hopefully, again, Chiefs win, but definitely a tough contest. I think the Ravens have a lot to prove this year. They are stacked up on offense again. Their defense is still good. Their coaching stability is still intact. So the Ravens I feel like, are going to have a really good year.
I third that. I think the Ravens for me as well. For a lot of the reasons, they have the longevity that Chris was saying. The Bengals, they lost their offensive coordinator. Jamar Chase is a question mark right now. Burrow, I think he's going to do better this year than he did last year and whatnot. But they've had a lot more changes. I think the Ravens are a little bit more solid over around, and they've made some good improvements for the AFC North.
Yeah,
and who the fuck's gonna end up playing quarterback for the Steelers anyway while we're on this? Because I know this.
Let's ride, Steeler Nation.
Yeah,
I know Russell Wilson's the starter now, but it's been, dude. It seems like they didn't improve at quarterback. We thought they're like, oh, we got so many quarterbacks now, we're gonna be good to go. But it turns out they just have two shitty ones.
I can't wait till the end of the year when we see the Mike Tomlin eye roll compilation. It's going to be great. But have you guys seen the meme that came out about the AFC North QBs?
Oh my God, I did see this.
Yeah, you got Carlton, Samuel L. Jackson, Bill Cosby, which we get. That's Deshaun Watson. And then obviously we have Macaulay Culkin.
He said Kieran Culkin. Culkin. Yeah, it's Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and Joe Burrow. That's them, dude.
That's perfect. That's actually money, dude. I love that because I didn't even, like, you don't even have to know. Yeah, like you can tell by looking like who everybody is. Like, it's perfect. Let's go AFC South. Titans, Colts, Texans, and Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Titans are, Will Levis coming back. Colts, Anthony Richardson, is he going to stay healthy or not? Texans, Stroud, sophomore slump, or is he going to be a hero? And then Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, is he going to come back to what we know and love from Trevor Lawrence?
I think that the Texans are right there for me. Limbo, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what Will Levis is going to do now. Titans are also have a first-year head coach, offensive-minded guy. They did reload on offense. That's fine. I'm very curious and anxious and hopeful to see what they do, but that's unproven. I think Trevor Lawrence is just mediocre. Okay, I don't think that they're going to win a Super Bowl with him. I just don't. He hasn't shown anything up at this point. I like Doug Peterson. I like Trevor Lawrence. He just hasn't shown it yet, so I can't go with them. The Colts are the biggest unknown, and the Texans are the most improved. So give me the Texans to win this division all day.
Yeah, easily the Texans, because, again, like, the Texans are young, while they also gained a lot from their team, like Joe Mixon being their running back. That's going to be a big difference on how they run the ball. They got Stephon Diggs at wide receiver, so we got Stephon Diggs, we got Nico Collins and Tank Dell, along with one of the best left tackles to protect Stroud. I only see Stroud's value or his stock going way up. I don't think he's a Super Bowl contender yet because, again, my thing is you got to beat Mahomes before you can call yourself a Super Bowl contending team. So I'm still going to say the Texans definitely win the division because, like, again, the Colts are unknown because we haven't seen Antonio Richardson play a full year of football yet. Trevor Lawrence, which I agree with you, Chris, I think he's just mediocre at best. They need to go ahead and start looking at other quarterbacks in the future. Sunshine. And then, of course, the Titans, though, I think they're one of my dark horses of the team this year because I'm telling you, that offense is scary with a Cincinnati Bengals offensive court. Yeah, being the head coach and calling the plays and all that. Watch out for the Titans. They'll be a sleeper team because their defense is still, they got Jeffrey Simmons still, so they can still do some damage there. So watch out for the Titans, but go with the Texans. Yeah, exactly, dude.
I think I'll third you guys here. For the same reasons, really, you guys said. I think Jaguars, would probably be my second pick, but I'm going to go Texans because I think Stroud's still going to continue to kill it. I like him a lot. Yeah. I like their coach a lot. I like everything about the Texans right now. So give me the Texans, and they're fun to watch too. I like them.
Yeah, they are.
All right, we'll move on to the AFC East. This is a tough one here, man. We got the Dolphins, we got the Bills, the Patriots, and the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, hopefully all season.
It's easily not the Patriots. from what I'm hearing throughout the whole locker room, it's definitely not going to be the New York Jets. If they have no team chemistry and it's just like Aaron Rodgers' show, kind of like in Green Bay, I don't see the Jets doing much. Like they'll of course win some ball games and all that, but I just don't see a future where the Jets are going to win a Super Bowl, even with an elite defense. So it's really going to come down to the Dolphins and the Bills. But man, the Bills have lost so much. I feel like they did the absolute worst job this offseason. They had the worst offseason out of all the 32 teams. And again, the Dolphins, they're getting all those defensive players back that they missed. They desperately missed in the playoff, which me as a Chiefs fan, I'm glad that was the situation. But they get all of them back. They got freaking Tyreek Hill and Waddle again. They got the Archie kid, and they got even UT Fall, who's been turning up camp of Jalen Wright. So, hey, that Dolphins team has got some speed, and that's going to be hard to stop. So, give me the Dolphins to win the AFC East.
Give me the Dolphins as well. I know we keep picking the same teams, but it's like I do feel like just the Jets, without Aaron Rodgers last year, they sucked ass. I mean, the good defense, but Breece Hall couldn't really get anything going. I mean, so I'm going to take. I know Aaron Rodgers should be there this year, but how much does he have left? That's the question. It's a question mark. I think the Dolphins are the safe pick here because, like you said, the Bills lost a lot of talent, whereas the Dolphins did not. And I'm not saying the Dolphins are going to they still haven't won a playoff game in however many years, but I think they can easily win this division this year.
Dude, Brad's going for the whole city of Miami this year.
I know. I picked the Hurricanes.
Yeah,
now the Dolphins.
I did too.
Being a bad boy.
They're both looking good, man.
Being one of those bad boys down there.
They're both looking good, man.
You know what? Give me the Bills. Okay. I will say I think they can overcome some of the deficits that they've withstood. I trust Josh Allen, and I think Sean McDermott is really a hell of a head coach. I love Mike McDaniel. Obviously, he's my offensive coordinator for a long time. If not for just to select a different team than you guys, I mean, honestly, I think it could go either way, Bills or Dolphins. I'm just going to go with the Bills just because they're tried and true, they're proven, and I think they can overcome the loss of one great wide receiver. I think the offensive line is still there. They still have a lot of pieces and a good quarterback and a good head coach, and that goes a long way. I also wouldn't be surprised if the Jets stun the world. To be fair, I mean, I really do believe that. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I think that is a playoff team. And I think I already said that in a different episode, but I think they could go a long way if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy. But just for the sake of it, I'll go Bills. I think that's the safe pick for me.
Well, let's go on to the AFC West, Birdie, your favorite division.
Hey.
We got the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Raiders, and the Chargers bringing in Mike Harbaugh. Who is that? We're bringing in Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
John's in Baltimore.
Yeah, right. Okay, and Mike is he's on meth and he's in jail. So we're gonna bring in Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers. Big changes there. But the rest of the division is still looking pretty solid. So I think I'm going to pick the Chiefs here. I mean, Bo Nix, hearing good things preseason, all that stuff for the Broncos, but they're still a young team. They still got some chance. The Raiders, they're still working through quarterback situation, trying to figure out who they're going to have long term. And the Chargers, they got a lot of rebuilding to do as well. Got rid of a lot of talent in this rebuild. So Chiefs, I think, have this division easily, I would say.
Yeah, it's not a long conversation. Let's just get through it. I think it's the Chiefs all day long for all the same reasons that you said. The closest thing probably is the Broncos, in my opinion. I do like Sean Payton. I think he's a great coach, but he's not there. That roster is not his. It's still an inherited roster that he's trying to remake into his own image. And so give me the fucking Chiefs all day.
Thanks, buddy. But I got a question here. What should be my lucky underwear for this season? What should I start off with the Ravens here? Come on! I need help with this. It's the freaking Chiefs. Like, look at the rings and everything. It's easily the Chiefs. I will say though, I agree with what you've all said about Bo Nix, Raiders, and the Chargers. They've still got like identity crisis pretty much, so they're still trying to figure out who they want to be in the future. So the Chiefs have already been in the future. They know what they want. They're focusing on that 3-peat. So their division's not going to be tough. But they better not overlook them, or they will play them tough, because division games are the hardest games to play in the NFL, because you know your opponents so well. But the Chiefs shouldn't have any issues whatsoever, so they should be going 6-0.
We'll switch gears. We'll move over to the NFC. We'll start with the NFC North: the Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings. Obviously, to me, this comes down to the Lions and Packers this year, and I'm probably still going to take the Lions here. I love everything about what they're doing right now. The Packers are going to be good too. It's going to be, I think they both make the playoffs, but I think the Lions have the edge here. A lot of good things going there up in Detroit.
Well, I'm going to go with, and Braden Miseo, if you're listening or watching, close your ears, because it's not the Bears. But I will tell you this. I don't think the Packers are making the playoffs. I have to double check with my playoff prediction. I actually freaking got the Bears going in as 7th seed, because they have no excuses. They
Motherfucker, the other day you said they're going to win 5 games.
Well, Hard Knocks, okay? Like, it's Hard Knocks. And plus, I was just really looking at their roster on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. There's really, honestly, no reason why they shouldn't at least have an opportunity at the 7th seed. Pretty much in a nutshell. Hi, I'm in a nutshell. The Lions are going to win. I just don't see them, like, I think they continue this momentum they got with Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell? Hell is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell is a legend.
Dan Campbell.
Hey, I heard that's a groovy dude. Who am I thinking of?
Hey, man, Bruce Arama.
Yeah, Dan Campbell. He's got that whole city just going in such a positivity direction, and good for them. The Lions have been through such a shithole for several years. I think they got something really special there. Me, as a Chiefs fan, I would hate to play the Lions even at full power when we weren't at full power that last opening season. So Lions are doing a lot of great things. I expect them to continue doing that path. The Lions.
Third, you guys can 3-way me on that. I believe in Dan Campbell. If we had lost to the Lions last year, to be fair, Bertie, I would have rooted for them.
I wouldn't
not because I hate the Chiefs, just because I do believe in what's going on there. You know, they to see those guys actually succeed and actually be good is uplifting to me, and so I will take them to repeat this year. I think they're going to be good. They will go deep into the playoffs. Whether or not they make it or not, I don't know, but I think that they will be good.
Now we're going to move on to my favorite, the NFC South. We're going to be talking about the Saints, the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Buccaneers.
Rise up.
Okay. Yeah.
Brad, seriously, rise up.
Rise up.
No, get down.
Okay. I said this in week 1. I think the Falcons take this. I think that, we were neck and neck in this division with everybody last year, but we made far more improvements than anybody else in this division did. We got a new quarterback. We got a lot of new weapons all around. So I think Kirk Cousins is, and new coach too. Raheem Morris comes in. We get, offensive coordinator from the Rams. He was their passing game coordinator there. I like it a lot. I think we finally see what Drake London's made of. We finally see what Kyle Pitts is made of. Bijan's going to have a great year, I think. We got offensive weapons for days. Defense, we've just added a bunch of people too.
Mm-hmm. Justin Simmons. I'm trying to think of the defensive lineman you got.
So I feel
Judon.
Yeah, Judon from the Patriots. I feel good about this a lot. So I do think we win the division this year. If nothing else, if no other reason, it's because the Saints are still kind of at quarterback. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's take the Falcons here.
Shoot, you scared me there. I thought you were going to say Spatler there for a minute for the Raiders,
yeah.
Or not the Raiders, the Saints.
Rattler,
Shitler. Yeah, I think that I will. I probably will agree with that. I think the Panthers are in the early stages of rebuilding. I think the Saints are just an unknown. They don't have a bad roster, but who knows about the coach? Who knows about? Derek Carr has proven time and time again, year after year, that he's not really a playoff caliber quarterback. And who knows about the Bucs. So give me the Falcons, man. I think they have improved a lot. I really do like Raheem Morris. So give me the Falcons. I really do believe in them this year.
All right. couple weeks, like first episode ago, Brad, did I say about the Buccaneers were going to win it?
I think so. Yeah.
You did?
I did. And Brad, I have to owe you an apology.
Things have changed since then.
Things have changed and changed for the better. So rise up. So going with the Falcons because again they're the most improved team. Getting Kirk Cousins, getting offensive minded, so we can use those weapons. God, where'd that Arthur guy?
Arthur Smith. Hey, listen, I know we talk a lot of shit about Arthur Smith, but we almost made the playoffs with Desmond Ridder, and now we know that he's not even an NFL quarterback.
Desmond Shitter.
Yeah, Desmond Shitter. Now we know he's not even an NFL quarterback anymore. So maybe he's a guru and we just didn't know it.
Arthur Smith, baby. Honestly, I would like to see the offseason with the Falcons just to see how deeply Arthur Blank had pitted Bill Belichick in there and then just told him to fuck off last minute that he was going to hire Raheem Morris.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
that would have been enough time for everybody.
I hope so. Okay, let's slide on over to NFC East. Brett, you go first this time. We got Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and Commanders.
If you know the Cowboys theme song, then you know why I'm not picking the Cowboys. And plus, here's my deal with the Cowboys. As long as Jerry Jones is alive and running that organization, the Cowboys won't win jack shit. So that's the nice thing I'm going to say about the Cowboys. They ain't going to win jack shit. The Commanders are still figuring things out. Young quarterback. They just traded one of their good wide receivers to the Eagles. We still don't know fucking why. Like, of course, there were reports that Dotson was just not happy with the Commanders organization, even though I'm not sure why, because him and Scary Terry could have done good things with Daniels. So I just don't know. But hey, his new home is the Eagles. The Eagles are stouted on offense, but I still think that their defense is still a little young and still has some things to figure out over there on the Eagles on the defensive side of the ball. But I'm still going to give him the benefit of that with the offense. I think that offense is going to be scary and put up freaking fancy numbers like crazy. So give me the Eagles.
Man, I really want to go. I want to be honest. I think that the Giants have done a lot of good things, but they can't overcome the worst thing they did, which is re-sign Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
They let Barkley walk, but the worst thing they did was to re-sign Daniel Jones, who I think is a mediocre quarterback at best. So outside of all the good things they did, that negates all of the positive things they did. So I'm going to have to go with the Eagles as well. I think it's just a surefire thing. I just don't trust Dak enough, and the Commanders are in flux. So give me the Eagles as well.
I don't like the coach for the Eagles. I'm going Cowboys.
Okay.
I think I'm just.
I like it.
Cowboys. I don't. Yeah, I think they're the Eagles kind of started to fall apart last year. People are starting to figure them out. Give me Cowboys.
Now, to be fair, I do not like their coach either.
Yeah,
I think he's a fucking douche.
All right, Chris. Last, we saved the best for last.
No, yeah.
We got the NFC West 49ers.
Oh yeah, 49ers and the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams. It's the 49ers for me all day long. It's kind of like it's the same thing with the Chiefs, honestly, Birdie. It's like you better have a damn good reason why you're going to pick another team in the NFC West to win the division.
I go 49ers as well for the same thing you said. The other three teams, Cardinals, I think Cardinals are much improved this year. Kyler Murray's back for the full season. That's big. And then they've got Marvin Harrison Jr. in there. But I can't pick them to win a division or anything crazy. So give me the 49ers.
You just got to beat the 49ers in order to make a name for yourself. You know how long I'll be waiting for this. But seriously, it's going to be the 49ers for me. The Seahawks, I'm sorry. I like Geno. I think Geno did some great things with his comeback year 2 years ago. It's just, I think, it's not in the cards anymore. Pete Carroll's not there. No go for the Seahawks. They need to reevaluate some things at the quarterback position and other spots on their team. The Rams, they're still going to be good as long as Sean McVay is there. They always got a chance. And Cooper Kupp is fully healthy, and they expect a big year out of Cooper Kupp, of the Cooper Kupp of old with the Triple Crown. They're expecting him to come back, and adding Puka Nacua with that. Ooh, it's scary team, man. So that would be your competition, Chris. It's the Rams. But like
But
Brad said,
they lose their biggest threat of all, which is Aaron Donald,
the
the
that's going to be
biggest game
interesting.
wrecker of all time. Yeah, he's not
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting how they solve that on the defensive line on the Rams. You know how I said the Titans were the dark horse of the AFC? I'm going to give that title to the Cardinals as the dark horse because I've been saying this since day one of seeing the guy. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the next megastar wide receiver that the NFL will have. I think he's got all the tools. Like he alone beat that elite Georgia defense in that semifinal game. Except for the fact where Georgia had to intentionally injure him to get him off the field so Georgia could win that ball game.
Bunch of bastards.
Bunch of dirty dog bastards.
We picked all the divisions. We'll see how it plays out at the end of the season. We're going to go back and we'll compare notes and see how we all did. I think we all picked, for the most part, we picked the same teams. But there were a couple outliers there.
Right.
Surprises can happen. We could all be wrong at the end of the season. But I think it's time to do some picks for this week. So we got college and NFL. Brett, I know you got some that you want to go over, and it's going to be great.
So let's go with the first game here. Mississippi State and Arizona State. With me, I'm an SEC guy, so give me Mississippi State.
I'm going to go Arizona State here.
If it's gonna rotate down to me, yeah, I think I'll take ASU, man. I just don't know that much about Mississippi State, to be honest. Like, I don't know if they're very good or they're not. I mean, to be fair, it's just two teams that I don't know that much about, so I'm just gonna go with what I feel like is a safe bet. So
South Carolina at Kentucky, which the Mississippi State and Arizona game, that was at Arizona State. But South Carolina at Kentucky, the big 3:30 ABC SEC game for this coming weekend. I doubted Kentucky, and I'm an idiot. I'll admit it. I'm an idiot. South Carolina did not look good at all against Old Dominion. So give me the Cats.
Given the fact that I'm just going to lean towards home field advantage and go with Kentucky here. If it was at South Carolina, I'd probably go the other way. But I'm going to go with Kentucky here.
Yeah, give me a home field advantage. I'll take Kentucky on this one.
So our next game here, Arkansas at Oklahoma State. Again, I think we're at a point now where Arkansas just has to win everything at cost. Go Pigs! No, I can't do it. Oklahoma State.
I go Okie State here as well, man. I think they struggled a little bit with South Dakota State last week, but they pulled away.
The best team in the FCS the past 2 years.
True. So give me Okie State here.
This is what we're going to be on a three-banger on because the same thing, man. I feel like a home field advantage, and they're just the better team as of right now.
Our next matchup, and you know me, I have to, any chance I'm going to be able to add a rivalry game, like a big rivalry game, I'm going to add it for a pick 'em. So we're going to go with Iowa State at Iowa. Big rivalry between the two schools here. And this is going to be tough because Iowa State always talented on the offensive side of the ball, but Iowa has been stacking it up on defense as of late for the past couple of years. I'm going to go with defense over offense. Give me Iowa because I think that defense is still stouted at the moment. Even though from what I've been hearing, Iowa just got a 4-star commit at wide receiver, so they're starting to build weapons on that offensive side of the ball in the future.
I like it. I'm going to go with Iowa as well for the same reasons you just said.
Yeah, three-banger as well. I think Iowa State is building, but Iowa has made it vast improvements over the past 2 years, so I'll take Iowa.
So now our big main event pick for college football, that is, we got the Hook Them Horns, Texas Longhorns, at the Big House of Michigan.
Texas. This is my first road game for the week. Give me Texas here. I think they look strong week one, and I think they're going to continue to make a name for themselves. Woo! They've been waiting a lot for that.
You didn't even try to even think. Oh, it's Michael. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take Texas as well. I would love to take Michigan here, to be fair. I have a lot of friends who are Michigan fans, and I would like to pick them, but they're in such a weird state right now, man. I just don't even know what to think about them. I think Texas takes this one. I really do.
All right, gentlemen, listen, we're supposed to hate Texas. They consider themselves the real UT or, all that. They try to share our color orange, but they're so stupid and so hot in Texas that they burnt their orange. So we're not supposed to go with them. We got to go with Michigan here. National champions, the big house. You know, we got to freaking sing jealousy of the land into the sea. The price to pay, destiny is not calling them. Fuck them Michigan Wolverines. Hook them horns. Hook them horns. Give me Texas.
My man, dude. I feel like, hey, listen, man. I knew once that it was lit, but then it got on fire and it became even more lit.
Who knows the lyrics of that
Hey,
damn song?
Yeah, who knows?
I'm not sure that was them, but I'll tell you what, you should add some auto-tune to that, and I think that you'll be just fine.
But anyways, let's go to the NFL pick'ems. First week of the NFL. Brad's going to love this one here. We got freaking Steelers at the Falcons. Brad, do you want to?
I'll gladly. Falcons. Arthur Smith versus the Falcons here. Falcons at home, probably going to be one of the most electric atmospheres we've had in years because everybody's kind of excited for once. And the Steelers are still trying to figure out their quarterback situation. So I'd be really disappointed if we lost the game. I'm picking Falcons.
I'm gonna immediately regret this decision, but let's ride Steeler Nation. I just think TJ Watt is going to get to Kirk Cousins because I think the Kirk Cousins and offensive line relationship is still going to have to be figured out. Not a good first week matchup opponent to try to figure it out while also trying to block TJ Watt, who's just one of the best defensive players in the league. So Brad, I'm sorry. Give me Steeler Nation.
I don't really know. I hadn't given too much thought about which way this would go. I guess I'll go Falcons, and I'll say for the same reasons that you said, they're trying to figure it out. I think that, but I predict it to be a close game, and the Steelers will go on a winning streak after this. I don't have that much faith in the Falcons, but I think they'll win this first game.
Next matchup here, I think this is a little fun matchup because, again, we're like TNC and so hard. So we got to go with the Titans at the debut of Caleb Williams at the Bears. That I feel like this one's easily the toss up of all the matchups that I have selected because this game could go either way. But I think this should be a fun, just both teams are just going to air the hell out of it. It's just which one's going to do it a lot better without making the most mistakes. So I'm actually go Bears, man. I'm so Hard Knocks. I don't know what it is, man. Like I've been hanging on the Bears for several weeks, and all of a sudden these past 3 weeks, it's just give me the Bears, man. Anything Bears.
I concur. I think that the Bears have a lot of offensive weapons. It'll come down to Caleb Williams.
They've touched Birdie's heartstrings. The Bears have just,
he's got a hard spot for him. I just feel like the Bears have a lot of offensive weapons, and the Titans really don't. They got they're question marks at best. I mean, they could turn out being decent. They got an offensive minded coach, but I think the Bears, I think at home too, kind of like the Falcons, this is going to be the most exciting season for their fan base in a long time. They're going to be out there ready to fucking, cheer on their team. And so it's going to be a good atmosphere. I will take the Bears here over the Titans.
I will third way that. I think there's too many question marks on the Titans. I don't really like Caleb Williams that much.
I don't either.
But I think that he's a good quarterback, and I think for this particular matchup, I think he wins this. I'm not sure how far they go, but I think that they win this matchup. Nice.
So our next matchup here, we got the Texans at the Colts. Battle of the first round quarterbacks with CJ Stroud and Richardson. But here's the thing, like Richardson, I'm sure he's going to come out just like, trying to continue that momentum that he did before that season injury. But I think with his injury and just getting that groove back, it's going to take some time. So give me the Texans.
I'll take the Texans here too. I think the bigger question here is if Anthony Richardson's going to make it through the year or not. I think he'll make it through the game. I think he'll be good. But I'm going to go with the Texans here.
He's got some good offensive weapons, though.
You know what? Yeah. Fuck it. I'm feeling something pulling me in the other direction. Give me Colts. I feel like the Colts are going to win this. It's going to be an upset.
Yeah.
I think the Colts are going to win this.
I like it.
I don't think they're necessarily going to win the division, like I said, but I think they win this game.
Yeah, give me the Texans, man. I think that they are the team to beat right now in the AFC South. And I wouldn't be surprised, like Brad said, if they falter against the Colts early on. But I believe in the team, believe in the quarterback. So give me the Texans in this one.
With freaking the NFL season, we gotta have a big Sunday night football game because Carrie Underwood's back. Waiting all day for the Sunday night.
I can't wait to fucking hear this year's rendition, bud.
But we got the Rams at the Lions. So the Lions get a big opportunity to host such a big Sunday night home opener.
But give me the fucking Lions. I don't know if it's my turn, but I got pumped up and I'm excited. Give me the Lions here.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah. Yes.
Go
Yeah.
Lions. Go Bruce Campbell. Go
Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Five
no.
of them.
No.
5 of them. Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, you know what? I'm rooting for Bruce Campbell as well. So let's fucking go, baby. I hope Bruce Campbell is a Lions fan. But I'm rooting for Dan Campbell 100%. Yeah.
So that leads to the main event pick, the one that I think can go either way. And Chris, we saved the best for last for you. So you'll be the one that picks last here. We got Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? The Jets at the 49ers.
Oh, the anticipation. I can't handle it.
Hopefully Aaron Rodgers does something good and he just doesn't make it about himself. But I don't see it going that way. Just no team chemistry to go on the road against the 49ers. Monday Night Football. Hard way for the Jets. Like, not a good way to start opening football. So give me them 49ers again, because again, with the Chiefs for the AFC, it's the same with the NFC. The NFC goes through San Francisco.
I am going to take the Jets. For no other reason. I'm sorry. I apologize for this, Chris, and everybody else that's a 49ers fan. But I just feel like Aaron Rodgers, like if anybody can handle a road game, opening night, it's Aaron Rodgers. He's experienced as a veteran. He's got to be pumped up to get out there and play again. He's been waiting on this moment for years. So Breece Hall too. He's been waiting on his moment. I think they win the game. I'm going to go with Jets.
I'm going to go with 49ers because I want to speak this into existence. But if you look at our history, we're the same thing with the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs lose a lot of first games of the year. The 49ers have as well. So that being said, no matter who has played on our team, we have had Aaron Rodgers' number. If you guys remember the last time we played them in the playoffs a couple years ago, we beat the Packers 9-6 at Lambeau in the middle of a fucking blizzard. So I think Kyle Shanahan has a pretty good idea of how to play Aaron Rodgers. I'm still going to take my 49ers, if nothing else, just to speak it into existence. But if we review this tape in a couple weeks and the 49ers the Jets beat the shit out of us, I would not be surprised. But I think we get this one. I think it's okay.
Listen, here's where we're at. Good picks overall. We'll check in next week, see what our records are. It's going to be awesome. We have no audience questions this week, so we're going to move on to talk about the next week's episode. I think next week's a good time to go over all of our fantasy teams.
Agreed.
It's also going to be the first week of just open discussion of the college, NFL, everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of what we've been looking forward to. And then we'll add in, we'll go over our fantasy teams and stuff as well. So looking forward to it. If you guys have questions for the next episode, as always, let us know. Post them in the comments, post them on our socials, and we'll get to them. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Let us know what you think. And we cannot wait to get into this season.
Let's go. NFL season.
It's here, baby.